What's up, guys? It's AAA here on Standout Society, and I just wanted to do a real quick video before the night sets in. I was going to take a walk and talk about synchronicities today. Now, it's getting a little dark, so I'll probably head into my trailer. This is my current living situation. Living rent-free. So, for this episode, like I just mentioned, I wanted to talk about synchronicities. Now, more specifically, what I want to talk about is how you can see more synchronicities and how you can use them to your advantage. Now, synchronicities are supposed to be, or supposedly, either or, something that just pops up and you're like, wow, like that, resonates with me. That lines up perfectly with me. My favorite number, I was talking about this yesterday. Now, the thing about synchronicities, though, is they really can be everywhere. Now, you may not see them everywhere, but if you start to look for them, then you will start seeing them pop up more and more. The more places you go, the more signs you'll see. The more things you do, the more signs you'll see. And they come in all sorts of, ways, shapes, forms. Now, the way that you can see more synchronicities is by actually actively seeking them and being aware that you're kind of wanting to see them and like looking for them. Now, I don't mean like, everywhere you're going, you're like, oh my God, like, where is it? Is there something there? Is there something there? No, but just kind of being aware that you're on the lookout for signs or for something that you can connect with. So, what this does is when you are at work even, for example, and, maybe a customer pulls in and you see their license plate and there's a setup of numbers and letters and somehow that resonates with you. That same person could have pulled up to your work before, and if you weren't actively seeking synchronicities or even being aware that you wanted to see them or just being aware of them, of their presence, these synchronicities, then you wouldn't even have noticed that license plate when they pulled up, okay? Let's say it was, say you're born in January 1st. Maybe that license plate says 0101. So you would have just brushed it off. You wouldn't even have considered anything about it. But now that you're actually looking for these synchronicities, your mind is like looking at things, it's observing, and now that you have on your mind synchronicities, what aligns with me, connections, all these little things just firing on in your brain, you're going to see that and you're going to say, wow, that's a little synchronicity, or wow, that resonates with me. Now, that's one way you can see more synchronicities and find more synchronicities is just by being aware of their presence everywhere you go, because you can always find synchronicities in the simplest of things, but you really have to look for it, and you have to, a lot of the times, like, you're not looking for it, it happens unexpectedly. You just have to be open to it. That's all. That's what I mean by looking for it. You just have to be open to it. And yeah, so that's how you can find synchronicities. Now, how you can use them to your advantage is, well, there's actually several ways to do this, but one of the ways is you can use it as a symbol of alignment. So you see this and you just sort of know you're in the right place at the right time. If you weren't in that place at that time, that exact place at that exact time, you wouldn't have seen the synchronicity. You wouldn't have seen something aligning with your life or something that you can make a connection with. And it's the little moments like that, make life so enjoyable. If you can really like just learn to love the simple things. So you can just use it as saying, I'm so happy I'm here. Just take a second to be grateful for whatever it is you're doing. Even if it's the same example, even if it's work, something that to a lot of people is like so miserable, or, oh, I can't wait to leave. Well, it'll start to make you look on the bright side of things, okay? Like, I'm meant to be here right now. This is a phase of my life, okay? Maybe you got called into a shift, you weren't there before and you're having a grumpy day. And then you see the synchronicity, like, I'm in the right place at the right time. Maybe this extra money is going to help me. So you start looking on the positive side of things. And those synchronicities will definitely help with that, because you don't see a synchronicity and right away associate it to a bad thing. At least that's like my personal assumption. I don't think people would, because normally you see a synchronicity as something that's positive. So that's one of the ways you could use to your advantage. Another one of the ways that you can use a synchronicity to your advantage, and this is something that I personally do because I just like to take advantage of the fact that there's a synchronicity, or the fact that this opportunity has come up. You can use this synchronicity that you see as something to not propel you forward, but something to give you like a burst of energy. And that burst of energy, you can really do whatever you want with it. So for example, let's say you check the clock and it's 9:22. So I say 9:22 because I was born on September 22nd, so 09:22. The time would be 9:22. I see the time and I'd say, wow. Now, because I just saw this synchronicity, I use that as a moment to just smile and appreciate the little moment, but also to just kind of do what I want. Like, it gives me this sense of like power, as in like there's something greater than what could be explained. Now, you may just think, oh my God, it's a coincidence. You looked at your phone at 9:22. Okay, but if you look into a deeper meaning, and you choose to see a deeper meaning to it, it's really, it's so simple, but it's so empowering. And I don't mean it's so empowering like you're like, yeah, oh my God, synchronicity. I just mean it's empowering as it gives you that little like uplifting energy, and you can make that joke you want to make. You can run instead of walk to whatever task you're doing. Just this little burst of energy to uplift your vibe, to bring up the spirits, okay? So that's another way that you can use synchronicities. Whatever it is, if you see a license plate, you could say, oh, like, that's so cool. Like, it's just something that, like, just amps up the atmosphere, okay? And that's what you can use a synchronicity as, because who doesn't want to bring up the atmosphere? Everywhere you go, the energy gets stale. And I know I'm saying energy a lot. I just mean, like, the vibe of things, or another bad way to put it, but just the connection. Like, if what I'm picturing in my mind right now is, say you're at lunch, a work lunch, and the energy is really stale and everyone's just nodding their head, and one person makes a comment and yeah, agree, disagree, whatever. And it's the same energy, but you see a synchronicity, and you now have this slight empowerment, and you can use that to your advantage, and you can bring up the atmosphere for everyone, not just yourself. So take advantage of it, harness it, and do what you want with it. Okay, be creative, have fun. Now, that's a quick little video for today. 7 minutes, actually longer than I thought it would be, because I just talk way too long about explanations and all. I like to explain, like give examples of what I'm talking about or what I'm thinking of, because it really puts things into my perspective for you guys. So if I say something, a lot of the times I wonder if there's clarity in it. So that's why I give an example or I go into explanation, just to gain clarity for you guys, and so you can see my perspective, where I'm coming from, and why I say certain things. So yeah, anyways, with that being said, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.